All right, let's get right into it. I need you to forget pretty much everything you think you know about blockchain and crypto. Seriously, we're not going to talk about hype or get-rich-quick schemes today. We're talking about the invisible, kind of boring, but absolutely world-changing technology that's quietly being built into the backbone of our global economy. It's time to pull back the curtain on the tech that is rebuilding the very foundations of our digital world.
I mean, we like to think we do, don't we? You've got AI, cloud computing, instant everything. It all feels so incredibly advanced. But here's the thing. Underneath that shiny, sophisticated surface, there's a massive problem that almost nobody is talking about. And it all starts with one pretty shocking number.
Get this, 80%. Even today, a staggering 80% of global supply chains are still running on people manually checking PDF invoices, digging through old email chains, and basically just hoping that the other person's spreadsheet is correct. You can just imagine the friction, the disputes, the enormous hidden costs that come with that. It's wild.
And that brings us to the real heart of the problem, what we're calling the data integrity crisis. You see, we've built these incredible AI systems that are supposed to make these genius decisions for us, but we're feeding them data from a foundation of, well, sand. And if the data going in is garbage, the AI's decisions won't just be wrong, they could be genuinely dangerous. The name of the game has completely changed. It's not about big data anymore, it's about verified data.
So, the big question is, how do we fix this mess? Well, the answer lies in understanding the real purpose of blockchain technology, and to do that, we have to absolutely shatter a very, very common stereotype. Okay, this slide right here is maybe the most crucial distinction we're going to make. On one side, you have cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin. That's just one application built on the technology. Think of it like email on the internet. But on the other side, you have the technology itself, distributed ledger technology, or DLT. That is the foundational infrastructure. It's like the TCP/IP for value and for facts, the boring, essential plumbing that allows everything else to run.
So what is DLT in simple terms? Just imagine a shared digital notebook. Everyone in the network can see it, everyone trusts it, but no single person or company can go back and secretly change an entry. How? Well, it works by making everyone agree on a new entry before it's added, using some clever cryptography. This makes it mathematically, literally impossible to cheat the system. It's a neutral referee for truth, enforced by code, not by some central gatekeeper.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head for where we are right now. The crazy hype phase of crypto is fading, and now we're entering the boring phase of DLT implementation. And history shows us this is where the real, sustainable, trillion-dollar value gets created, not from speculation, but from real-world utility.
Okay, so why now? Why is 2026 the year this boring tech suddenly becomes absolutely essential? It's not because of hype. It's because a perfect storm of forces has basically made the old way of doing things impossible. And it all boils down to three key drivers.
So you've got these three massive forces all converging at once. First, that little brain icon, that's the AI imperative. AI desperately needs provably true data to function safely and effectively. Second, you have pure economic pressure. Companies can't afford that hidden trust tax of manual verification anymore. And third, represented by the gavel, and honestly, this might be the most powerful driver of all, is regulatory compulsion.
And this is the kicker. Governments are no longer asking for transparency, they are mandating it. Just look at these examples. The EU's digital product passport is going to require verifiable data on everything from batteries to clothes. In the US, the entire pharmaceutical supply chain is being forced onto systems that can finally talk to each other seamlessly. This isn't a suggestion anymore, it's the law.
And that's really the punchline. For businesses around the world, adopting this technology is no longer an innovative choice they make to get ahead. By 2026, it is a mandatory requirement just to stay in the game. The decision is being made for them.
All right, so that's the theory, but what does this revolution actually look like on the ground? Let's check out the industries where this infrastructure of truth is already being built as we speak.
So it probably won't surprise you that adoption is moving fastest in sectors where trust and proving where something came from are everything. I mean, think about it. Proving a car's parts are actually green, that a luxury handbag is authentic, or that a medicine is safe. As you can see from this chart, the automotive sector is way out in front. So let's start there. The auto industry had this huge problem, right? How do you prove your company's carbon footprint without forcing all of your suppliers to reveal their precious trade secrets? Well, the answer is an ecosystem called Katana X, which is being used by giants like BMW. It's incredible. It lets a supplier prove a very specific fact, like the CO2 footprint of this batch of parts was X, without having to open up their entire private database. It's the magic of getting verification without forcing total revelation.
And this isn't just some behind-the-scenes business stuff. Volvo has made this totally visible to you, the consumer. With their new battery passport, you'll be able to scan a QR code on your car and instantly see where the minerals in your battery came from, verify they were sourced ethically, and see the exact carbon footprint. That is tangible, valuable trust right in the palm of your hand.
Now let's switch gears to luxury goods. $81 billion. That's the estimated annual size of the counterfeit market. It's just a mind-boggling problem of authenticity, and as you can probably guess, DLT provides the perfect solution.
So you have brands like Prada, who are part of the Aura Consortium, embedding digital certificates of authenticity right into their products. But here's where it gets really smart. It's about so much more than just proving it's real. This digital passport allows Prada to offer post-sale services, repairs, and exclusive content directly to the product's owner, even years down the road. It transforms a one-time sale into a long-term relationship.
And then you have healthcare, where the shift is frankly even more profound. The old way, your medical data was locked away in your hospital's private database. You had to beg for a copy. The new way, powered by DLT, is patient-centric. You own the keys to your health record. You can grant a doctor temporary cryptographic access, and you can revoke that access at any time. Your data finally follows you securely.
So where does all this lead? What's the end game for this technology? Well, the ultimate goal, and this might sound a little weird, is for it to completely disappear from view.
And you can actually see this happening in the job market. The explosive growth isn't just for coders anymore. It's shifting to these high-level roles like DLT architects who can design and integrate these huge systems, and compliance officers who can navigate all the new regulations. It's a clear shift from just experimenting to building mission-critical infrastructure.
This quote just sums it all up perfectly. Think about it. You don't talk about TCP/IP when you browse the web, right? In the same way, you won't talk about blockchain when you scan a product to check its origin or access your health records. Success is when the technology becomes that invisible, boring, essential plumbing that just works.
So, if you take just one thing away today, let it be this. The real revolution was never about creating a new kind of money. It was about creating a new kind of infrastructure, an infrastructure for verifiable truth in a digital world that is just drowning in noise. That foundation is being laid as we speak. So the only real question left is, what are we going to build on top of it?